So I think in everywhere there are a lot of people. Sometimes they do wonderful things in life, and they, as I said, innately do have us innately caring for others. I think children have, animals have, in some sense, everybody has that caring for the weaker, caring for the needy person. And sometimes, as a society, the way the society is, where the families are, where your upbringing is, education is, somehow we don't get to discuss, reflect on that, or get teachings or practice or exercise. We get kind of lost, get in touch with those innate compassionate qualities and becoming more violent and so on and so on. But others do carry on those qualities and do a lot of things. I mean, I know there are so many people do so much things for others. But at the same time, I see a lot of struggles, a lot of conflicts, a lot of pain. For example, sometimes I hear stories where children trying to help parents. They wanted to help their parents. They make time, they visit, they go there, and they do that frequently. And sometimes it seems like they say, it's so hard, it's so hard. My parents are very difficult people. My parent is, they don't listen to me. They don't, just basically it's like the same collective family pains stories, nothing new. So that somehow parent have to listen, parent have to follow the rule. So it seems like you're going there as a teacher, or you're going there as an instructor or something like that. So sometimes if you really wanted to go there and help, you just kind of, you when you go there, you said, okay, I am no more existence. Of course, that's not possible. But at least I wanted to know one for one day. Just intentionally, just I wanted to be, it's not about me. Today is not about me. Today it's about you. What do you really like to do? What do you really want? And how you want it? Somehow, whatever you're trying to plan for the day, can you completely be invisible? Your ego, your pain. If you try that, for sure, it's much more fun. Even though sometimes we think, I'm losing control, I'm losing direction, I'm losing, all those things. But when the power is taken away by you with the force, it's not fun. When you give power with your compassion to somebody, it's a lot of fun. Because ability to give a power away, it's a very powerful. Because you never lost the power. You have gained power to give power. That is powerful. When you hold on to a power and you think you have a power, you think you have a control, you're in a very weak place. You don't have a power. You think you have a power, but you don't. So you're not able to serve well. So if you look, what does this means, the idea of service and spirituality? Let's define that a little bit, okay? So a simple definition of spirituality for me will be two key things. One will be whatever the process in which you are able to open yourself up more, able to see more clearly your pain, deal with more clearly your pain, able to clear your pain, able to open yourself up, able to see from that open place, able to accept from that place, able to act from that place, from that sacred space in which what you discover and where you live, where you give from, if that sacred space is alive, that is one very important part of selflessness. Of course, it sounds like, when you say selflessness, maybe it sounds like a weak, I don't know. But when you are able to let go of yourself that way, it's not a weak, as I said. It's a very powerful, very liberating, very freeing. When that space is there, that's number one quality. You know, if you compare that in a sense of Buddhist philosophy, you can say about some partial experience of a shunyata, partial experience of shunyata. For some people, for some people could be full. I don't know. I'm not able to judge, but at least there is that peace there. And the second piece of that is the compassion, caring for others. So ability to care for others and ability to act for others, ability to have more fruitful results serving others, as less as you exist, more fruitful it will be, for sure. Because you are able to see things more clear, because it's not about you, so you are able to see what it is about the group, a collective goal. For example, as an organization, every organization has a mission. Every group has some group kind of ultimate purpose of the group. A family, a collective joy. There's a collective meaning and purpose and mission. And if you are able to focus on that collective aspect more, when you are not individualizing everything and personalizing everything and getting trapped into your own personal pain and history, then you are able to see that more and act that more. Then there will be more benefit, for sure. I'm not saying that we don't not I'm not saying that you should not get involved that way, or you or I, for sure, I don't mean to say that I don't get involved in that way, but we need to be aware of that whenever that happens. You recognize something, you turn it around very fast, you let it go very fast. You're able to make distinctions very clearly. You do mistake, but the mistake is detected immediately and turn around and dealt with it within oneself, rather than making a story of whole group. It's not about story of whole group. It's about your story, and you are responsible to deal within yourself, not affecting others. Because if I have a pain, it's okay to have a pain, but I need to deal with it, not affecting others with my pain. Particularly when I am intent to serve others. So service and spirituality. So what I'm saying here, many of you do a lot of wonderful things, but whenever you face challenges in the process of helping others, don't make it as a whole group thing. Many of them, it's more personal thing. And if you are able to work with the practices of wisdom and compassion, those personal pain, wounds, conflicts, which is manifesting in relation with others, if you're able to deal with it, that is service and spiritual practice. Let's say this way. Sometimes people can believe themselves they're doing the service work, but they never deal with their personal thing. Or they do great jobs, great things, but they never sometimes even address what people needed, but what they're always doing things what they think people needs it. I'm not sure it's probably it's kind of service, but I don't think it's a really good service, because you're doing something nobody needs it. You're making people believe they needs it. Anybody. So it's trying to see a little bit how you can enrich your service to others, applying more practices of wisdom and compassion, more sense of trying to feel more open, and more sense of caring. So these two qualities, if they are there or not there, so just for a moment to reflect that. And also this kind of sense of in like in Tibetan tradition, there's always this sense of humbling yourself, taming your ego. There are many different ways people do that, like respecting to the enlightened beings, respecting to the elders, elders like Native Americans, also like elders, respecting to your parents, to your teachers. So some sense of there is some sense of higher, older, more experience, more knowledge. There's some sense of respect. I think more and more I feel like it's so important. It seems like it shows some perspective. The society today, the children's, it seems like they're not taught to so much how to respect others. So that sense of pride or ego of me, mine, what I want, it's very strong, very strong in the schools. So I think that same kind of energy quality when we carry into as in our adulthood, and then in a situation where you're serving others, yeah, that sense of I becomes a little bit too strong. And when it's very too strong, I think it definitely doesn't help. So sometimes I feel like a good friend, a good helper, a good service person should be the one who sees what is needed there, regardless of a position. If it's a president, then I will serve. If it's a cook, maybe not. If it's a cleaner, for sure. I don't want to clean dishes. In service, genuine sense of service, I think you should say, whatever I can do, what you want me to do, what I'm able to do, how I can be used here. Please, I'm happy to be helpful. That's all what matters. I'm happy to be helpful, and whatever way I can be helpful, show me. So I think that sense of not necessarily choosing specific things, but this able to say whatever I can be helpful. I think it seems like a beautiful. Or as a friend, when you need me, I'm here. Because many times in the society in life, it feels like when you don't need, everybody wanted to help you. The one day when the need comes, everybody's busy. That's not a help. You help somebody when somebody needs it, not when somebody does not needs it. When somebody does not needs it, totally like a ghost, invisible. When somebody needs it, you're fully present there. Those are good server, good helper, good bodhisattva, and good friend. Because the spontaneous action arises from space. Before action, there's no one there. It's just a space. So when you're trying to do something to help somebody, before you're like a space. You're open, but you're not doing anything. But if you're truly open, not doing anything, when something needed to be done, you're ready to do it because you're open and you will see it. So that, like a manifesting from that space, I mean, the whole idea of the 3 kayas or the 5 kayas or 5 wisdoms are like that. Nirmana kaya manifest because it's spontaneously, effortlessly, it manifests because Sambhoga kaya it's a perfected body. Perfection body is there because space is there. Space is only there when your pain is not there, when your conflict is not there, your personal stories are not there, when it comes to serving others. When they are not there, space is there. In space, you will feel it, what you need to do. And you will do it with full joy and effort. So that's a little bit, so I hope it's clear what I'm trying to say here, basically a service and spiritual connection.